Hey, what's up? This is Black Weekend, and this is Jarrett. I guess I'm the only nigga in this.
Did you
room.
point at me?
All right. What is going
Start it
on?
over. Start it over.
This is in the podcast. This is take 5.
This is Chance. Jasmine's here as well.
Wait, first off,
Say hi,
I know
Jasmine.
my own name. Like, I don't need you to speak for me.
There's gonna be a lot of bickering at the start of this.
It's not really bickering.
Hopefully
It's
we'll
just
get better
you.
about
I
that.
need the dad.
What's on the agenda, Jarrett?
All right, so this is the inaugural episode of Black Weekend. More people are in attendance at this episode of Black Weekend than there's ever been in the starting podcast. You can put that down. Today, we're going to get into it just to get you a feel for the show. We're just going to talk about literally anything and everything that we always talk about.
Yeah.
So just prepare yourselves. Like I said, I'm Jared. We all from Houston. I'd say I'm from Houston the most because I've lived here the longest.
At a later episode.
No, you have not.
At a later episode.
Well, this is just the
South
introduction.
Park, born and raised, moved to A-League,
Here we go.
Southwest, A-League,
Here
Texas,
we
SWAT, hold it down always. You're not like Houston.
Jasmine thinks this is live right now.
I know, right?
I'm also from Houston.
It's fine. We'll let you make it.
Oh,
You're trained.
Graduated from Baytown Lee High School.
That's not Houston, guys.
It's Harris. You know what? Never mind. Moving on.
Okay, first of all, let's start off with shout-outs. This week, I'd like to give a shout-out to my boy, Jeremy Lin, taking nothing from no one. For those who don't know, Jeremy Lin is going to be rocking dreads this year in the NBA. And, of course, the uber-sensitive people came at him with the cultural appropriation nonsense. And my boy shut that down with intelligence,
Flawlessly.
grace,
Flawlessly.
sufficiently just shut it all the way down and got a jab in there and then didn't even brag on the jab. So I'm going to give it a shout out to my boy Jeremy Jasmine, who you shouting out. Who also used to play for the Houston Rockets. Jasmine, go ahead.
And it's daddy.
I think Jasmine's prepared to shout out.
I did.
Okay,
My shout out
Is there a way to live filter out Jasmine saying daddy? I don't know if the technology is ready.
You're gonna have to hit a pipe on that.
We are going to find the software.
Nah, Jeremy is still daddy. But Hugh Hefner,
Okay.
the daddy of all daddies.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep saying
Well,
daddy.
she was on the subject of daddy. She decided to get one in there for Hugh. I'm gonna shout out Kaepernick. I'm sorry, I'm knocking my phone too much. I apologize. I'm gonna shout out Kaepernick. Initiated a lot of change with his platform. Was punished for it. Now the NFL is turning around, supporting him after the fact, and he's actively trying to, into a football job. So.
Okay.
Shout out.
I
Shout out
agree.
your fellow white skin.
I agree. Yeah, I guess we're going to go back.
So now all the listeners know.
Let's do the scale ratings for the listeners. I am the darkest. Thank God. Jasmine's coming in at a toasty. What would you call that?
She's a red bone.
You know what? Jasmine is a red bone. What?
Jasmine's a red
This
bone.
has changed my whole perception. She's wearing a red maroonish hat, and she's the same color. I didn't even notice.
That's Jazz.
I am red bone.
And then Chance is I would put him
White.
What
White
was
as shit.
historically known as a mulatto, I believe,
Yeah.
is the term.
I would
That
put
was
you
used.
at a
Vanilla wafer.
No, that's too light. Chance is not.
Literally the same color.
All right,
Look.
let's get back. We kind of got sidetracked there. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Drake and I are the same skin tone.
Yeah, I was gonna put him in the Drake range. Let's
I got a
get
tan, but it's fine.
Drake got what?
A tan. It's fine.
Here we go.
I mean, when he's in Canada for 6 months, he is not tan. Okay. Okay.
No one-
Okay. So she's.
No
We haven't even
one
got
heard
into
that.
it. Jazz taking shots at Drake. Okay.
No one heard
Okay.
that. Oh, okay. So back to Kaepernick. All right, look. First of all, anytime I bring up Kaepernick, I like to remind people that all this nonsense national anthem is not what he's about. He's trying to get out a message against police brutality against Black Americans, and I just think people
And
forget
about
about that.
institutional equality.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Every time someone
Absolutely.
talks about Kaepernick, no one.
It gets minimized to
Exactly.
taking a knee at a football game.
So now that we've talked about the important topics, let's talk about all the nonsense. The Dallas Cowboys football owner, Jerry Jones, is spearheading the effort to force players to stand for the anthem. You know, and
Didn't he take a knee at the game like 2 weeks ago?
Right. And if this doesn't convince you that old rich white men only do things for money, this is it.
I had so much respect for Dallas as a Houston fan after that moment.
I know.
And all of it was just vacuumed away. Like, it's all gone.
Him and Roger Goodell literally set out memos today saying, look, we're shutting this down. We are shutting this down. And their alternatives...
Which is surprising of Goodell, because he's kind of an idiot himself.
And they're... Wait, what was this?
That's Jarrett's AC system.
Okay.
It's top of the line.
Nobody heard that.
It's top of the line.
Yeah, I've already done a lot of level checking. I minimized the sound. But now that little slight change that they heard... They're now aware of. Okay, yeah. And so the alternative to what they've given to the black players in the NFL is like, you got to stand for the flag, but we'll give you opportunities to protest whatever it is you want to protest. Like, that's their response. That's like, okay, look, I'm not saying obviously Martin had a much bigger impact, but there's like, look, you can't march on Washington. Okay, that's just not going to work. But, what about, like, Huntsville, Alabama? You can protest over there. No one really cares. Exactly. You can't minimize his impact. So, shout out Kaepernick, but what's the opposite of a shout out?
Eat a dick.
Call out? I don't know.
Call out, eat a dick? We're going to call it the eat a dick set.
On blast?
On blast. You know who's about to be on blast? My boy Chance, because he either did or did not bring Black Card revoked.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's
First
a big...
I told you. Because when you asked him in Hangouts, he literally was just like...
He just acted like his brain shut down. I'm like, hey, man, this is going to be a big part of our show. We're going to play Black Card Revoked. It was a great idea you had.
That was my suggestion,
you brought the
too.
stuff right.
Next
Radio
episode.
silence.
Next episode.
Radio silence.
Next episode.
He's like, Chance is...
Yo, you put this in Hangouts today?
Chance is talking about making Black Card Revoked a part of our ad monetization strategy. He can't even bring the cards to the recording.
I said I was leaving the office.
Sir, stop.
I did it twice, and I knew he didn't see the first one, so I was like, "Hey, let me know if you don't got it, so I can find a way to get something."
Yeah, I didn't.
Right.
Guilty.
You saw it,
Guilty.
and your brain said.
Guilty.
Okay,
So let's talk about the prison inmate Redditor. Did you read up on
first
that?
off, we didn't get that.
We didn't. I'm in the pre-show planning. I'm like, yeah, what is this? And he sends a pic.
I sent a link to the post.
We don't have time for that.
see
You have
that.
to recap.
All right, let's.
So
fill everybody in.
apparently on Reddit, there is a user who had a phone snuck in, who is regularly posting on Reddit.
What?
Regularly. So he posts in our sneakers a pic of some white Jordan 1s with the title, "Even while I'm in, I'm still that nigga." Like,
honestly, give me his contact info because he's a really
the top every time this dude posts, the top comment is like, "I'm snitching." Like, I'm gonna tell somebody that you got to put in prison.
Haven't.
So how does let's dissect this.
No.
How does one not only get the phone into the prison,
Bitches.
I'm thinking
keep the phone in the prison, have an active presence online, and
Jazz,
no one knows?
You have to be
I
more
am the
specific
expert.
about what you mean.
I am the expert in this.
Jasmine, do you want to admit to
Jasmine
some smuggling contraband right
I
now?
had an ex who was a guard.
Harris County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, so fill us in.
attention.
Fill us in on the process.
NSA guys who are running scans of all podcast data. Scan this. Terrorist bombs. Go, Jasmine.
Wow, you just set me up.
Fill us in. Fill us in, Jazz. How does this work?
It's simple. You have to finesse these hoes.
But
Finesse these hoes.
you have to give more detail.
We got
on
it.
that. Like,
I'm just gonna be honest with you, Jasmine. I'm hoping we have a wide audience too, because these will get the real podcast numbers. How many niggas got the podcast app? You know what I'm saying? So finesse these hoes. Chance and I were down. We already know. But what for the layman? Finesse these hoes. Fill us in.
give us your expert analysis.
So
on how this works.
basically, first off, most people in prison, they know the weak bitches. Most of the females, not most. There's a good chunk of the women who work in prisons who are not attractive. They're not appealing to the eye. They see them coming from a mile away, boom. Are you taking notes on this? Like, you plan on going to prison, Jen?
Go ahead, Jasmine. Jasmine, go.
Go ahead.
Hey, no, seriously, like, you know I have ADHD.
You know how much it's going to take to edit all these podcasts?
I know, this is going to be a mess. Go on.
5 hours of work already.
So you find a basic level female, and you start throwing out those comments.
So now, when you're talking about these women, you're talking about the guards,
Yes.
the female guards. Okay.
Yes.
So you're saying go after an unattractive, insecure
Correct.
guard.
You know, like y'all.
Oh, like those
fuck boys
two-
you going after?
Like those two
Demos.
guards, that broke out of prison because they like
They were
basically
banging
gassed
the-
up that guard, told her she was everything, and she found a way for
And she was
him.
like, yeah, like, babe, I got you.
Wow.
Babe.
So you
And-
think prison
babe, I
Redditor-
know, huh?
You think prison Redditor, and we don't know this guy's name, do we?
I don't know his name. No, I mean I would hope he was smart enough. I didn't scan his whole user profile, so I don't know. I would hope he was smart enough not to include his username.
Yeah, seriously, I thought you were bringing this.
So
But-
you're saying prison Redditors most likely got a guard who's doing this stuff for
Or a
him.
couple.
But let me
He
find
might be in the dudes too. So you just gotta find that weak-minded person who doesn't really care about their job. You know, sweet talk them a little bit. Get them to, I don't know, trust you, and then say.
So my thing is,
that I
like,
need.
he's got pictures of him with, you know, shoes, clothes. There's a picture of him with a dog. He's got like,
Trustee.
he's got
Wait a minute.
he's got on like Jordan sweatpants. Like I
A
can't
dog?
imagine this stuff
A dog?
is. Yeah, let me
Yeah,
find.
first off,
Let me find.
like,
it.
not all prisons are like prisons in Texas. Some of them are pretty lax.
Yeah,
they
watch-
can have gaming consoles and stuff like that. as
That's
long
a good
as
point. There
like,
is like internet time in prison.
But you're not supposed to have a phone.
cool.
I can't
I mean, we
imagine
also
that's-
don't know that this guy's a hardened criminal. This could
He could be
be
in a halfway house.
this could be O.J. Simpson for all we know. You know what I'm saying? Who's actually no longer in
Hey,
prison.
honestly,
Yeah, he got out.
You should have shouted my man's out.
You know, I'm saving OJ for a later segment. He's going to be a highlight of something else. I got something special for y'all.
Wow, that sounds weird.
Speaking of OJ, did y'all see that SNL skit?
No, I don't watch that.
Oh, it was. I actually just gave it away.
Give it. Explain it.
No. I mean, I guess you can.
I mean,
I-
spoiler alert to the listeners. But go on. How did it go?
I will. We'll say that for a later podcast because I want to get you. I want y'all to see that. We'll talk
Really
about it
can.
later.
So tell us about first choice power.
Okay.
What the fuck was going on?
Oh, you know what?
I'm a customer. Jarrett's a customer.
My goodness, let me fill y'all in. So we're like as I said, Houston,
You
Texas.
may need to explain what it is. It's a
That's actually what I was about to do.
My bad. My bad.
We live in Houston, Texas.
Forgive me for
We live in Houston, Texas.
Do we?
We're up at, you know, as you can see. Okay, Jasmine. Yeah, okay. In Houston, we were just affected by Harvey, so you know
6
a lot
weeks
of
ago.
6 weeks. Hold on, a lot of businesses were being very charitable. You had a lot of people step up to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing things, just going the extra mile. And First Choice Power to Go is my energy provider. Now, what's cool about First Choice Power to Go is it's like, you know, like those Cricket cell phone plans. They're like, listen, you can text as much as you want as long as you prepay for the stuff first, you know, just a prepaid plan. That's kind of how it is with First Choice Power to Go. It's no contracts. You put in your money. They keep your lights on until the money runs out, right? They give you text updates every day, like, "Hey, yo, this is how much energy you use."
The important thing about this service is it keeps your price from fluctuating.
Right,
When you
right.
go with like a contract power plan, they like do shit about estimating how much power you used last year,
Right.
charging you based on that this
And
year.
even if they were to up the charges, you'd see it and you could just move
You'd see it right away.
and just
Yeah.
move like the next day.
Exactly.
So they're cool. They're really cool. And you know what was really cool about them is apparently they weren't turning off people's electricity for a month and a half.
I got that text.
After Harvey. So honestly, the way I pay my energy bill is wait for the lights to go off. And I put 50 in.
You're a mess. I
And
don't
I put
do that.
50,
I don't
I put
do
50, 50 in.
Y'all, the lights could go out right now. Like,
Honestly, I just got the text. I did just get the text. So like I just put the money in, and it only takes like honestly like at max 15 minutes for the lights to come back
they turn it on real
on. So I don't even really pay attention to it.
so you just got the lights clicking
Right.
out.
Hey,
So as I said,
come on.
they got daily text updates, and halfway through, I noticed I owed them like $100, and which is fine. I had it to pay, but you know, I'm like, all right, clearly someone messed up. Let's see how long I could write this out. I honestly wasn't even thinking about Harvey. I just thought like, hey, you know, God blesses you sometimes. Why try to ruin it?
Okay, I feel that. Like
Why try to ruin it?
You can't squander.
By thinking about it.
You can't squander blessings.
So finally, we get a text. Or I got a text, and first choice said, "Look, you know you owe us money, and tomorrow, if you do not have a positive balance, we are shutting your electricity off." And they meant it. So I respect
off that bill.
I respect the game. You know what I'm saying? I actually, you know what? That's another shout out. Shout out First Choice Power to Go, because I'm sure a lot of people needed that leeway time, get their monies in order. But it was the funniest thing for me seeing them like, hey, look nigga, you coming off that cash? Like, it's coming. So
I don't know what to tell you, but come
prepare
on.
yourself. So yeah, actually, I'm just like I said, I'm adding them to my shout outs. I think we're gonna circle back to the prison situation.
Eminem album just dropped.
Okay. That silence brought to you by Eminem. You know, it just dropped though. You know, actually, I feel bad, Mr. Marshall. I apologize for.
Marshall Mathers. You better get Daddy's name right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm actually done with that.
Hey,
like,
listeners, I can't stress enough how serious I'm being. If you know a way to filter words out of recording, please tell me how to figure out to tune the frequencies, the intonations. Okay, so we're circling back actually to prison because our mans might be in prison shortly. What's this guy? What's this guy's name? I heard he used to rap. I guess maybe in the early 2000s.
Nelly?
No, yeah,
you talking about the Nelly?
That dude.
Okay. Apparently, Nelly was arrested on.
We can't play the video on the podcast.
October 7th on a rape allegation. It turned out within hours that the allegation was motivated by what TMZ has quoted here as greed and vindictiveness.
Oh, see, I didn't get
so,
that.
That Nelly's lawyer said that.
But
it's okay. You got it.
Another case of people preying on successful black men, and at the same time, minimizing what it means
legitimate
for
rape
people legitimate rape victims, legitimate rape cases. So, not much to talk about there, unfortunately. I was about to be shocked because.
I mean, you're right. I think that's good that didn't happen, and it actually.
He was arrested, but
he was arrested, but then he wasn't charged.
Yeah, there's no official charges.
And that he's not going to have to deal with that of a false rape allegation. I don't want that to be a method of operation.
It's a shame that people feel like, that's a means to come up. You know what I mean?
I agree.
To try to trap somebody like that, but good for Nelly.
Good for Nelly.
Hopefully we get Sweatsuit 2, I guess. I don't know if I like Sweatsuit 1. So.
I remember the day.
There were a few good bangers, you know what I mean? But
it was it was a double album, Sweat.
It was Sweat and Suit.
Oh, Sweat and Suit. Got it. I'm not a Nelly fan. I told you this.
He doesn't mean that, guys.
Nelly has made maybe 2.
Air Force.
Nelly has made maybe.
Honest, that and Grill, like, stop.
Okay, actually, what's the one?
That makes me want to go buy a pair right now.
What's the one?
That song was infectious.
Hold on. The only Nelly song that is legitimate top 50 rap song of all time is what's the name of that song that's drop down and get your eagle on, girl? Is that a Nelly song?
That's not a Nelly.
That's not a Nelly.
Shake and Tell Further?
Shake and Tell Further.
No, it's not. No.
It's drop down and get your eagle on, girl.
It's Eagle, right?
Down
I really wish we had a Black Card revoke.
She's got that sex dripping all over her body. Sex dripping all over. That is a legitimately classic Nelly song. Everything else besides
I never
Hot in Here,
understood why you really love that song, because I actually
drop down and get you on, girl. I hate that down and get you.
Flap your wings.
Flap your wings. Yes. Classic song.
Are we gonna do music?
Do you guys remember that?
You gonna pay Nelly to put music on our podcast?
Oh no.
No, not like that. This man was saying like
this will be edited. Don't.
No, I wasn't gonna play music. I said we were gonna talk music.
Oh, okay.
We're just talking about Nelly. I mean, we can
miss
rap.
out on the whole vibe session earlier.
That is in the pot. Bring that in.
Okay.
Bring the listeners in
What
to
happened
that
earlier?
nostalgic moment.
Hold on. Do you know who Powerline is?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Give him some context.
there's no.
Because if you didn't ask me, hey, who's Powerline? I'm like, I don't know who Powerline is.
You literally knew. You
No follow-up
Currently
question.
Google.
Have you seen the Goofy movie?
Yeah.
Now, do you remember Powerline?
Is that the performer?
Stand up.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that.
We literally had a whole vibe session. Why you?
What was the name of the girl that he had?
Roxanne.
Can we talk about how her nipples were visible in that movie?
Niggas go to how bad Roxanne was.
She was the original baddie.
I got me and my brother matching shirts. We sell it at Target. I mean,
Roxanne
Target sells it.
really was the first time
If Travis
I can
Scott
remember.
were in a Goofy movie, this is what he would look like.
Hey, actually,
No, but Travis
No.
Scott has zero suaveness to him. Powerline could steal your girl through the TV screen. Powerline does not even exist, and I would never show my girl a Goofy movie for the fear of her having
hold on to her tighter. Like, why you vibing to
improper
this
thoughts
hard?
about Powerline.
Meanwhile, you're lusting after Roxanne, but hey, it's fine.
Hold
It's
on.
fine. It's fine.
Let me separate the two. Roxanne was as a young, maybe 4 or 5 year old.
Are we talking cartoon baddies right now?
No, we're not. We're not. Actually, I don't want that to be part of the Black Weekend brand. I don't want that to be part of, because that's what 3 steps away from hentai. That is not what this is about. That is not what we're doing.
drawing the line at hentai, folks. Not happening.
Proper pronunciation.
Not
You didn't
happening.
know it?
Hentai.
You don't watch anime, do you?
Nope.
A guy we used to work with, we recently had a discussion with Jarrett about anime. We were talking about the show Neo Yokio. I liked it.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Anybody needs to use the restroom, get some water, focus on the traffic signs as you drive on the road. We got about 5 minutes. All right, go, Chance.
You don't give a fuck about what
Savage.
you're talking
You know what? We're just gonna skip right the fuck on past that, and we're gonna talk about Kevin McHale trying to take salty shots at Harden in the
Background
media.
info. I know who,
Hey,
but who is
first
Kevin
off-
McHale?
What?
Kevin McHale, former Rockets head coach.
Okay,
Hey,
go ahead.
why are we talking about basketball?
Why would we not talk about James Harden?
I mean, I know he's
This
8
is-
times. I don't support basketball.
Okay.
Whoa!
Wow.
Let the listeners know.
This just became a therapy session.
Why don't you support
Because I
basketball?
can't play it. Straight up.
Wow.
Can't play, never played it.
Wow.
I mean, I tried out for basketball because my dad made me, but
You don't support.
Hold on.
Wait, you don't support basketball because you can't play it?
I know, I just don't get it. It's weird though,
Okay.
because it's hand soccer.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I know,
What?
that's the only non.
Hold on.
That's
So
the
what
non-black-
sports do you support?
Football. Hey,
So you can play football.
You get
Yeah.
So right now, if I told you to run a route, like if I needed you to run a slant route,
It's funny
could
we
you?
talking about routes. It's funny to hear a light skinned nigga talking about routes. Segway.
Cam
Where?
is not light skinned, but anyway,
No.
we can move right on into that.
Who just said that?
For listeners taking notes at home, refer to your lightness scale. Chance is.
Should we make a Black Weekend?
Vanilla
Scale.
wafer.
You know what?
He's a vanilla wafer.
Hey guys, on the Tumblr this week, we will have the Black Weekend lightness scale. Follow us on Tumblr. We'll get this straight now.
What's the Tumblr?
Oh yeah, I'm
we've
sorry.
already done all that.
Black,
Already
yeah,
missed it.
those, yep.
Oh, we got drops. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
The Black Weekend Tumblr is blackweekend.tumblr.com.
It's disgusting.
Click the follow button and get your blackness scale on. But go ahead, I don't know what you're talking about, but get back to it.
So on a scale of burnt toast to regular toast, eat white bread.
That was just brute. That was just. Also, we're definitely not one of those. No, what were you saying though? For real?
So Kevin McHale told in an interview said that Harden was not a leader. Said that he was no leader. He's currently the coach for the Celtics. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, Kevin McHale is unemployed currently.
At the house.
Yeah, actually, he might be like an assistant coach for the Celtics.
I thought he was with the Celtics organization.
No, that's Brad Stevens. Okay, but let's get into this. James Harden, who is...
What are you looking at behind me?
Hey, for the listeners who wanted to know what was going on while we were recording this podcast, not only the most woke Black Weekender here, but the most patriotic Black Weekender here, am watching the United States men's national soccer team play Trinidad and Tobago.
So yeah, Kevin McHale made a comment about Harden not being a leader. Harden went in, called him a clown. Harden never does that.
Right.
So,
yeah, Harden is a very mild-mannered, just celebrity, especially for a Houston celebrity. Wouldn't y'all say to be a Houston celebrity, you gotta... I mean, and Harden is, but most of them are kind of like the flamboyant.
Give me an example.
Well, not even flamboyant, but they're like huge characters. So the biggest Houston celebrity
Here we go.
is our queen
Beyonce.
of this plane of existence, Beyonce Knowles Carter. I mean, she's Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? Even when she doesn't retaliate,
We got it.
We get the message. Even
We'll get into it in a later episode.
we will. We'll have a Beyonce day. Her
Beyonce
birthday, we'll have a Beyonce day. But okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Other Houston celebrities. Travis Scott. Weird.
Okay.
Just a...
See, but a lot of people don't realize he's from Houston. I remember
How can you not?
when Rodeo came out, I remember telling my friends
called Rodeo.
who were avid Houston rapper fans, like, hey, Travis is actually from Houston.
Hey.
They had no idea.
Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is the biggest rodeo in the world, right?
Ooh, I don't.
And that's why...
I mean, rodeos originated in the U.S., so I would have to say, I know it's the biggest one in the U.S. I don't think they have. I mean, if they have anything like a rodeo anywhere else in the world,
up to say, in all likelihood, he named it because of the rodeo.
No,
was it his
no doubt.
mixtape called? Did Astroworld ever drop?
No,
it?
he's hinted at
He's
an album.
debating whether or not to drop it.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all,
He's got it.
Travis
Play
Scott, if you're listening, Astroworld is a must. Get this out to Travis. Tweet this.
Drop.
What?
I feel like if
Well,
it
then-
drops, there needs to be an album release party out in the field
First off,
across from NRG,
Listen,
I'm not going
where
to
Astroworld used to be.
for the people listening, if you can convince Travis Scott to drop Astroworld and provide evidence that he dropped Astroworld after listening to Black Weekend, I will personally pay you $100. Travis Scott's managers, this include you. Drop Astroworld. Do Houston right.
He's not saying that lightly because he just paid his $100 balance to First Choice.
First choice got me.
He's gotta come off that.
survey on Twitter about whether or not he should drop that or another album.
Why are you whispering? What was the result of that
I know.
survey?
Miss, I can project.
I can project.
What was the
But
result?
You literally just told me that I'm loud as fuck.
What was
I
the-
need you to be
Try
loud.
it.
What was the result of the survey?
I didn't really want to see it because it wasn't up for debate for me.
That is
I feel like
so
it would have been
disrespectful.
unanimous that
That's so
he released
That's like, hey, should we provide people with universal health care? Should we let you all die?
We're equating Astroworld to universal health care.
Listen, it will give life. So yes.
You're a mess.
There's somebody right
You're a
now who's
mess.
waiting to turn their
You're-
life around and needs.
Stop. You reached a point of no return.
I'm talking about like homeless people on the street. They just need somebody to drive by bumping Astroworld. You know what I'm saying? Like Texas Side Clown. Hey, Texas Side Clown. And you're like,
Hey,
you know
honestly,
what?
if it sounds anything like that, fuck it.
It probably will, and it'll still be fine.
Listen,
But
as long as he
you
gets
were-
enough
Yeah,
Houston
they know it.
references, I don't care what it sounds
You
like.
were making the point that Houston celebrities have to be flamboyant, and you used Beyonce and Travis Scott as an example.
Okay.
That's
You asked for
two
examples.
statistical outliers because a lot of my favorite Houston rappers have been relegated to doing third-rate radio spots. Like Trey the Truth is doing advertisements for like
I would not call
Joe
Trey the Truth.
Schmo's mechanic shop.
I would call him a local celebrity, but I would not call him like a broader scene celebrity.
That's
Okay, what
because
about-
you not that
What
hood.
about Bun B?
No, I would call him a
I got
local
you.
celebrity.
I got you. I hear
But
what
if
you're
you
saying.
drive north of
Okay,
Huntsville,
so-
Texas, no one
My cousins
knows.
listen to him all the time.
Okay, but
They're
they're
the
country.
parents.
People,
Texas.
okay, people who like Houston rap know.
Right.
Zero.
Right, people who like Houston rap.
He's
are
still
gonna
a
know.
celebrity.
But if you
Never
ask
mind.
a white co-ed from University of Minnesota,
Wait. So we're saying that in
from
order to be a
University of
celebrity,
Minnesota, who Trey the Truth. What Trey the Truth, Beyonce, and Travis Scott have in common? They're
I know
like,
they're all black.
who's Trey the Truth?
They're gonna say they're
Wait, so
black.
we're using white people awareness as a litmus test for how
Honestly,
they
it's like-
Yeah,
they're
welcome
white.
to America, Chance.
Okay. We're changing the show name to White Weekend.
Okay, first
To get
off,
more awareness.
you are white.
Dude, let's do a white weekend. I am currently dating a not black woman. What other white people do we know, guys?
I don't know any because I don't talk to
Michael.
anyone.
No, one of your best friends isn't black. He can be on White Weekend.
Who?
I'm
What
not
is
gonna-
that even?
Weekend.
Are we planning an episode live, like in the show right now?
A White Weekend. Yeah, they're fine. They want to hit this is behind the curtain, guys. little inside.
On the
baseball
first
for you.
episode.
Listen,
Colorless-
let's be real.
colorless weekend.
No one is going to listen to the first episode. This is what we're going to use to build steam. Okay. Refer to your scaleness, your black scaleness cards if you're listening along at home.
not for you.
We're going to decide
Blackness scale.
what shade
Asterisk.
is eligible to participate on our special edition White Weekend. We'll put that on the site.
Well, we can't really do that because we got all three spectrums covered.
Well, that's what.
What's whiter than Chance?
Folks, you're gonna learn that I'm the butt of a lot of these jokes about skin tone, and that's okay because that is the life
This is it with a tan.
of someone
That's scary.
who is biracial, and we'll get into that later. in
Yeah,
the
and you
season.
know what? I think we just found Jasmine's segment.
No, we did.
Skin tone. What skin tone is this? I'm gonna hit Jasmine with the celebrity, and she's gonna give us a descriptive
No.
way to tell us what their skin tone is. On a scale of white rice to dirty rice,
Okay, what?
what is Rihanna?
Interesting.
First off, you can't even. What?
Interesting.
Is she a rice pilaf? Is she a
Why would I do rice though? Yeah, let's not do this. I'm not with it, you know?
Okay, well, you
Because
are
you know-
literally the only one who's been making skin color jokes. So
it's
own
a
your
joke.
brand. Own your brand. That's all we're
Okay,
asking.
but like, you start off with Rihanna and you know how I feel about her.
Speaking of skin
Let's get
color,
into it. How do you feel about Rihanna?
No, let's not. It's fine. We'll bypass it. She's done great things with Fenty Beauty and she's
I
redeemed
just
herself.
honestly, this is the honest truth, Jazz. I don't know. Are you a Rihanna fan or no?
Okay.
Five fingers.
Before Jazz
Five fingers.
before Jazz fires off on Rihanna, we all need to remind ourselves that she is not the one to come for.
Who?
Choose your words
Rihanna?
carefully.
I literally said I don't want to go into it and y'all still are forcing it. I literally
Listen,
said
Jasmine,
All
do
right,
you want
Jazz.
people to listen to this
million-
show or not? We need to start beefing.
You can't
with Rihanna.
unring the bell. Like you've already
We
said,
need
you
to
don't
start
like her.
beef
I'm not
with
beefing.
Rihanna.
No,
No, we
she made
don't.
Fenty Beauty.
Yes.
She made Fenty Beauty. She has redeemed herself. Any that you
Redeemed
have
herself from
her?
what? Rihanna, are you listening? Thank you for redeeming yourself. What she do wrong?
All right. Well, she.
No, okay. Back to color comparisons, Jasmine.
No.
You are the expert on this.
Can we talk about?
Let's talk about the idiocy you discovered on your Facebook feed from a local news network, which I don't know. Do you want to name them or not?
Yeah,
Comparing-
it's Fox 26,
Why not?
Houston. Why not? Let's just go full on
And
out.
describe
Well,
for the people who don't
me
have
find it.
visual aids. Well, I mean, they're not going to see
aids,
it.
yeah.
You remember what it looked like.
No,
What-
I want to read the exact.
We have it
line.
up right here.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't. So Jasmine needs to get it up.
It was a survey, right?
Correctamundo.
It said-
What were
It
they
was a
asking?
Facebook survey, and it said, "Who's your first lady role model? Would you rather be Michelle Obama or Melania Trump?"
Lord help them.
Before we get into the results,
No,
Like-
that's the results. Cause why? Like, why do you even need to compare the two?
this is the device.
We got a whole effed up situation. I'm gonna keep cutting you off because, like, Donald Trump exists. So, like, why are we talking about anything but him?
Newsflash, listeners. Trump's
You
in
know-
office. In case you numbed down and forgot,
If this
he's
is the
still in
first thing
office.
you listen to
If you
coming
want-
out of your
if
car,
you-
I am so sorry. Go back to sleep. That was a better place.
Ugh.
No, can you imagine the confusion? First Lady Melania Trump? Did she remarry John Kerry or something? No, I think the very first comment on
Oh, you saw it on Facebook?
On Facebook, really
you went to it?
describes. No, I didn't. Yeah, I voted. I made 100 accounts and voted for Michelle Obama. No, I'm joking. I wish I had though.
Honestly,
Because you know you're gonna use
Jarrett
that.
would have done it.
I could. You know what? Let's turn on Fox News because I guarantee you there's some anchor right now. We went to the readers online and turns out they're all racist.
They
Turns out if forced between an honorable first lady
Fox is
and one who's
And a
literally
slut.
done. Oh, come on now.
Fox is
That
definitely.
was pushing it, but she has post news.
NSA.
Like, listen, we're not
NSA?
down with slut shaming.
I'm not slut shaming. I'm just saying.
But
it is what
NSA,
it
since
is.
you are now listening,
So-
you already dropped the word.
please figure
yeah.
out my post office situation. I don't know what connections y'all got over there, but whatever
fam.
postman is working my route needs to be fired. Dig up some dirt, go into his hidden files in his
You know
computer.
you can just talk to the postmaster, right? I got you, fam.
I don't trust the postmaster. It's all an inside.
Actually, he
They're
works
all-
for the FBI, so you could trust him.
Listen, I don't trust the postmaster.
We're getting into so many issues so rapidly. We haven't even finished discussing.
Melania Trump.
Exactly. What was the first comment?
Jazz, I really feel you have the tone and intonation to really bring across what the first commenter, we'll call him
Guy.
C Money.
C Money. What did
What
C
he
Money
has to
say?
feel, what he feels about Fox 26 posting this poll on which first lady they'd rather be, the black one or the white one.
I mean, honestly, my man's just said, I don't want to be this vulgar. You know? That's really innocent,
Bring it.
like,
What
you
did
know?
he say?
He said, F you, Fox 26. You guys can literally eat a bag of dicks. And
Let's start the
I
GoFundMe.
mean, I think I feel
Let's start the
sums up
GoFundMe.
how we all feel about.
I don't watch Fox
Zero
local
advantage.
Not
news.
anymore.
All they have that's good is Isaiah.
That's
Shout out Isaiah Carey, by the way.
Yeah, that's just get a shout out for him. Get him going. Let fill him
Ass
in.
dick.
Isaiah Carey is the, I don't know what you call it in news. They have a word for it. He's like the character reporter. He
The
reports
on
on
case guy, the
sort of
investigative reporter.
fringe entertainment
I think it's the
fluff stuff.
investigative reporter.
He has done some serious investigation, like oh my goodness gracious, I forgot her name. Y'all please remind me.
I don't remember.
The woman who
I don't pay attention.
hung
to
herself in jail.
Oh,
Oh my goodness gracious, I can't remember her name. I
Well,
feel terrible.
we'll figure it out later. We'll add it in.
But yeah, he did some investigative stuff on that, trying to figure out, how does a grown woman who is, about to nail, a great job, this huge moment in her career, how does she go from that to deciding to kill herself in jail? You know what I mean? So he's very much a man of the people, I think. And he's pretty funny on Instagram. He's also really good at shutting people down on Instagram. One of my favorite things to browse through on Instagram.
He's also, and everyone, he's a great guy. But I think most people know him as that black reporter who accidentally swallowed a fly in this country ass town. I'm tired of Look it up on YouTube.
Everyone knows.
Great stuff.
Everyone knows who that is.
It was early on. He's done much more for.
But yeah, Fox has Isaiah Carey, who has the Isaiah Carey Uncensored show every night after 10:30, and that's about it. Like Fox 26 doesn't really have much to offer as an
that's
affiliate
what I'm
of
gonna
Fox,
ask.
which isn't surprising.
As a Fox local affiliate, are they like Fox News, super right leaning, or what's the deal?
Yeah, they have a guy. I mean, I don't watch Fox News, but they have a guy who has a show where he discusses topics with that lens. You know what I mean? Like, if you're poor, why don't you just get rich? I don't understand. If you don't have something in life, why don't you just go get it? What institutional racism, son? You're just trying to find excuses.
Oh,
Yeah, honestly,
God.
like Fox 26 has to be stopped.
I'm gonna do.
I just scrolled through it, and they asked yesterday, what should the holiday be, Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day? Why is this a debate?
First of all, if they're asking, should we honor the guy who came over and killed all the indigenous people, or should we honor the people that lived here and just was chilling?
Yeah.
Like how?
Minor open business.
I know what
Yeah,
kind of question
it's-
is that? Hey,
we
should we name this? Should this holiday be O.J. Simpson Day or O.J. Simpson's wife Day? Like what kind of?
We should change it. I mean, I don't know why we can't honor Indigenous people and also like give thanks. You know what I mean?
Right. Let's bring that up because I'm assuming that's related to the Christopher
It's not
Columbus,
mutually exclusive.
all the vandalism that happened to the Christopher Columbus monuments this past Christopher Columbus Day. And I just want to get this out there that I'm all for the tearing down of every monument to every person who's ever done anything
my
wrong
cousin actually
ever.
asked a good question. He said he turned down all these Confederate statues and stuff. Why is the Sam Houston statue still up? When they taking that
I'm
down,
down for it.
45. He said 45 is going to shut down for weeks.
It's going to be next. There's lots of statues like that.
Knock it down.
I'm down for it.
Do you know
See,
how big the
I love
was
what
when the
UT
guy ran
Austin
into
did.
it?
They just quietly took everything down, moved
Right.
it into
Austin
the museum.
did it right. And put it
That's
in the
what
museum.
every city, every township in Texas needs to do.
Yeah, take them and put them where
Because there's lots of that in Texas.
you can charge the people who are into that to go in there. Listen, and it even challenged me because they were like they should take down Sam Houston, and my first thought was like, nah, man, that's like Sam
He
Houston.
said actually.
But then they were like, yeah, but he owned slaves. I'm like, yeah, but he and then I was like, wait a minute, dude owned other humans.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
I had the same moment, and I had to catch myself because the high school I graduated from, which has been an institution of education since the 40s,
Sick.
is about to get renamed.
From what to what?
Robert E. Lee High School. I don't know. They're having a debate in the.
Well,
in the
first of all,
conspiracy
I don't
school
understand how it's.
But you see what I'm saying? I'm so indoctrinated in it that for a
Right.
split second I was like, no,
Actually.
wait a goddamn minute, yeah, this shit. Yeah, I remember when I got enrolled, I was like, they really named the high school after this? And after being there for 4 years, I was like, fucking Robert. Yeah, rename that shit, rename it, and especially because in the field behind the school. That's where George Washington Carver High School used to be. What black kids couldn't even go to Robert E. Lee High School.
gosh.
They had to go to the segregated high school, which was 100 feet behind the high school.
Stop, because now I'm going to get pissed.
They had to use old books that had been decommissioned, from Robert E. Lee High School. It's scary how quickly people try to wash that history.
For the people who are I already feel it. For whatever reason, our first post on Instagram was related to Donald Trump, and we got I can only assume it was a Donald Trump bot account supporting Donald Trump. So for the people who are going to actively try to whitewash this history, everyone go look up the Cornerstone speech. For anyone who's about to say the Confederacy wasn't about slaves, the Cornerstone speech is literally saying we are starting the Confederacy because we want to own black people and they're less than
Their
us.
money literally had slaves on it. It literally had black people picking cotton on the money, on the Confederate money. Makes no sense.
Let's call this segment frustration
What
because I just get so worked up about that. How can people honestly convince themselves these things?
Because they made it sound so innocent. Thinking.
It was about states' rights to own black people. Yeah, you're right. Remove the black just to own people.
Exactly.
Could you imagine if one of your friends, he's not racist, he's just in the states' rights. He said, yo, look, I'm from Arizona. In Arizona, we just think it's okay to own people. You would be like, what? Nigga, what? He's like, no, listen, man, it's not about subjugating other humans and making them below me.
How come they're all the same color?
Exactly.
And that I also love how they try to flip that and come at it from the other side. You really think Abraham Lincoln cared about you niggas? You thought he was trying to do this to free you? Yes, the fuck, that's exactly what he was trying to do. The Constitution says all people are created equal. Everyone is entitled to the pursuit of happiness. You motherfuckers are trying to own people for free, cheap labor, and then try to sell those goods back to us at a markup. Fuck you.
Here's how you know.
About Abraham?
Here's how you know.
Abraham. Wait.
Where are you about to go?
Oh, it's fine.
Before you get on this is how you know black people, for that statement, appreciate what Abraham did. Juneteenth is literally about them finding out they had been freed. In modern times, Juneteenth is not about we got freed. It's them celebrating that text they got from Abraham. Be like, hey, yo, I just freed y'all.
Good.
All y'all are
I don't know
free.
about that, but
And it'd be like if we started celebrating Red Day. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're about to get.
But
at.
Abraham,
that Abraham Lincoln is a piece of shit? Actually,
he's not totally innocent. But the argument,
that nigga really wanted. He did what he did because he thought that all the niggas was gonna take their ass back to Africa. And when it didn't happen, he's like, "Fuck, they got me."
So
I've never heard
mad
this.
at Abraham
I'm
Lincoln
educated.
for wanting to keep his black neighbors. That sounds like something I
He
want
didn't
in my
want to keep
president.
us. He wanted us to go back to Africa.
Listen, if that's the case,
I've never heard
You
this
didn't know
before.
that?
no,
I
it's just,
have been
I just don't think
illuminated.
it's. I've never heard that. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's true.
I've never.
And here's why I know it's not true. Because if it was, I would have heard it from every racist Southerner in their argument.
Exactly. I've never
been
heard anyone say that.
top
They
of the
always
list.
Look it up.
They always cite,
It would have been top of the list. And you know what? If
wanting
you
to
wanted,
tax the South, wanting to take control of Southern industry. That's what they always say.
even if
Abraham
that
tried to
was
use the freedom.
Had one of the best professors in all of America, I'm gonna say, Professor Crane at Sam Houston, and my nigga
Shout
really
out
put
Professor
me on.
Crane.
No, seriously, like
But-
he really put me on. That's what I learned in his class. Like literally, Abraham Lincoln could have said, "Honestly, I don't give a fuck about y'all," but to keep I really don't want you niggas here with your dirty black skin.
You think that's what he said?
I mean, not verbatim, but like my man's really assumed that we was gonna go back to Africa, and when we stayed, why do you think it took so long for us to find out? Why do you think Juneteenth is even a thing?
No, that's not true. Okay, so here's what I'm reading off of PolitiFact.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Go
You
ahead,
niggas are
go ahead.
disgusting.
And let me back it up. Let's say it's not true, but let's say it was. At least he wanted us to go back to our homeland and be free, which is the same thing we praise Marcus Garvey for. Like I don't, but that people praise Marcus Garvey for because he was. If we'd all gone back, Africa would be popping right now because we would have all
It
came
would
back.
literally be Black Panther.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So even if that was the case, he was. Who cares? But it wasn't the case.
I mean, I'm willing to say that Abraham Lincoln wasn't a saint,
yeah, no, nobody ever is.
especially back then. But to want to free people from daily abuse and atrocity, to ship them back to Africa, I say that's the lesser of two evils, if we can even consider that evil,
Lord.
because movements to go back to Africa started right around that time. So, I mean, what's the alternative? He did nothing, and we're still, we can't sit at this table.
Honestly, fuck that nigga.
Who?
Was that graphic? I apologize.
Abraham Lincoln?
I can't.
I will never ever say
I
about
can't
a
say that.
president who literally wrote into existence freedom for African Americans.
How?
That's not the case. I know you heard that, but I'm here telling you that's not the truth.
Like, even if we accept that that's true, there are laws that he put in place
Right, but here's the thing.
to
Y'all
ensure
know-
freedom for
y'all
all.
know I'm stubborn as fuck.
And here's the thing
This is true.
that comes from. He
We're
wanted
not.
to give.
Let's move on.
No.
No, I don't wanna
He
move on.
wanted.
I just-
Hey, guess
I'm
what?
stubborn.
I'm
I don't
editing
care.
this podcast right now. Your mic just got muted. He wanted to give the black people he wanted to free the option that if they wanted to go back, he wasn't going to keep them here. And I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to free them, and then he'd be like, now you get to be second-class citizen. He was like, look, if we kind of effed up, if y'all want to go home, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. And the people, like they do, have whitewashed it. He hated black people. He freed them because he wanted to get rid of
people
them.
who like, and I'm talking about like low key racist people who try to make the argument that Abraham Lincoln didn't do it because he wanted to free black people. I have never they've gone out of their way to try to do the mental backflips to make this argument. I have never heard people say
And
that.
let's say that is the case. Okay.
Yeah,
All white people back there. That's what they're saying. We weren't the only racist. Everyone was. They're like, okay. Tear his statue down too.
Regardless of what his motivations were or might have been, he still freed
You
black
love him.
people.
Okay, I mean,
He's still
fine.
no. I don't love him.
You love him.
I don't
and
love
that's
him.
Okay.
I do not.
You want him to be daddy, and that's fine.
Alright, well,
We need to find the software.
Okay, so drastic segue into something else I want to talk about. Chance, are you aware that Mia Khalifa got called out on the interwebs by Gilbert Arenas? So Mia Khalifa, for those who don't know, is a young, respectable woman out of Florida. Who do you know who she is? Right. Who likes to entertain people online. So people find her to be attractive, and
why though?
They slide into her DMs, and not like you and me, people. Chance, we're talking Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Did she put Drake on blast?
Deshaun Watson. Actually, Deshaun Watson got it. Oh, he got it. Which, I mean, is that something to brag about? Because, I mean, it's Mia Khalifa.
I don't know.
But at the same time,
her scenes are just so boring.
Her.
I'm sorry, like, she's not, as far as porn stars go, like, she always seems like she's not interested in what's happening.
I really... boring as fuck.
See, thank you. Like, yeah, she's boring as fuck. She's completely not there, not present. It's clear that it's a job. It's a job to her. Like, I don't think she should have got into porn, but she got into porn, and she's in on that angle of, coming from, Islamic heritage. And
well, speaking of Islamic heritage, I worked with a guy who was like from India, Muslim. Actually, he was Sikh, but he knew a lot of people, and they like, if she ever leaves America, we will find her dead. Because
no, it's not funny.
I believe
he was like, the way he would talk about her, he was Americanized enough that he'd be like, yeah, she's got big titties. But like, you could low key see, but like, if I ever got my hands on her, I wouldn't stop choking her type stuff. You know what I mean?
So wait, how did you end up having this conversation with this man?
This guy talked just like you and Jasmine just did. Talked about porn on the reg. So he came in one day. He's like, dude, did you see? Oh wow, that was. I'm gonna speak in American accent. He was like, dude, did you see Mia her twerking video? And I was like, nah, man, I watch basketball when I go home. And I was like, dude, check this out. And so he's showing me, her like twerking to some song. They made a song after her.
That's what she got.
And then I was like, oh yeah, man, she's pretty cute. Blah blah blah. So yeah, people actually. But let me get back to the Gilbert Arenas. People slide in her DMs. Yeah.
She snitches
on the reg, and she calls them out. It's what she's known for. I don't know why people.
I don't know why people keep doing it.
They keep doing it, and she keeps posting it. So, my man Gilbert Arenas, Mr. Instagram himself, posted on his Instagram a photo of their DM thread where Mia Khalifa let her thirst flow with abundance.
She's trying to get at Arenas?
She was trying to get into Gilbert Arenas.
For like 5 days straight?
For a week. She flew into town and hit her with like, I don't really know anybody here. Can you we should hang out.
Oh shit, she hit him with the I'm in your city?
The wine glass emojis, question mark. Then hit her with the hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing today? We should chill together.
Damn, I'm using that.
And finally was like, oh, okay, no love. You're not trying to. And then Gilbert, as he did, called her. And really, she deserves this for the call out she gives.
Yes,
she calls her out. Puts her on blast.
Yeah, you can't put people on blast to come in your DMs.
And then this is what really shocked me and Jasmine. Apparently, porn stars have public relations management teams. Because they were like, the post was like, her management team stated. And I was like, wait a minute.
Why did she even have that?
Wait, so what did he say?
Who, Gilbert?
The post, yeah.
Let me pull it up. So, okay, on his post, and let me just read her text verbatim. She said, hey, I'm back in LA. It was so nice meeting you the last time I was here. Do you want to grab dinner or something? I don't know how many... What?
You don't have to do the voice.
I don't know many people here, LOL. No response. Next day, wine glass emoji, question mark. No response. Next day, do anything for the Caps game tonight? And then some more emojis. Finally, she said, damn, no love for the DC fam? Radio silence. So Gilbert posts that conversation on his Instagram and then posts, Mia Khalifa would slide in my DMs for the D. The thirst is real since Backpage is gone. This, yeah. Whoa. I didn't even read this part. Hold on. He said, this bitch has no room for negotiations with me. 150 or you better slide into Nelly's DM for that raw dick behind the Walmart.
Oh my God.
My boy.
Oh. Fuck.
So obviously her management, this is what gets me. her management team. One, she has a management team.
She makes 7 figures easily.
Okay. Her management team,
which is likely just her friends that she's paying to manage.
Right. Released a statement apologizing, like a full on. She understands her behavior was unacceptable. She apologizes for her conduct. She's hoping to put this behind her. And I'm just like, she's a porn star. Like, what did she have to apologize for trying to get some from Gilbert Arenas?
She has not a single leg to stand on. That's what tells me that her PR team or whatever
doesn't know what they're doing.
It's her friends are like, damn, you look bad right now.
Her PR team,
let's just act nice and maybe this will go away.
If she had anybody worth their salt, they would have told her, hey, just fire him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's her whole brand, is firing people up for coming in her DMs. So now she got caught going to someone else's DMs. You got to double down at this point. That's all you can do.
It doesn't matter.
Apologizing, that looks fake as fuck.
Exactly.
I don't believe that for a second.
Speaking of apologies, we actually didn't even get to this, but Jordan Rodriguez was the reporter that Cam said it was interesting she was a female talking about routes.
Right.
Then when people did a deep dive of her Twitter,
she said some shit too.
They found out
no one's innocent.
As racist.
This is 2017.
Exactly.
Everyone's history is on the internet.
Welcome to the world, people. This is the advice segment of the show. Delete your tweets. I have an app that automatically deletes all my tweets that are older than 3 months. If you don't have that, you are literally risking your job, your relationships, your relationships with your family, just your well-being. Do the right thing. Either delete your tweets, because I know you're not smart enough to not post dumb stuff, because this happens on the reg. All right. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Black Weekend. We really appreciate you listening. You can continue to listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher or wherever you're listening to your podcast. I guarantee you we're on there. You can also follow us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Black Weekend Pod, Tumblr, blackweekend.tumblr.com, and on SoundCloud. Chances are you want to listen to us, we're out there. All right, let's get back to it. Hey, welcome back. I just wanted to quickly, as we're wrapping it up, go over my prayer list for the week. Yeah, periodically during these Black Weekend podcasts, I'm going to bless y'all real quick. I see this stuff happening in the news, and I don't want to leave these people without hope. So what you're hearing is my brother just came in. What's up, Cam? What's up? He would walk in on the praying for people segment. We need to be united in prayer. Anyways, so this week on my prayer list is O.J. Simpson. My man's out of jail. He's got a lot of temptation. There's a lot of things going on in his life. Mans need help. If you are walking down the street and you see O.J. Simpson, tell the white woman to walk the other way. Any aspiring SoundCloud rappers, delete that email that you were typing to O.J. Simpson, because he will not feature on your track. This is not the celebrity or fame he's looking to do.
Do you think he's going to watch The People versus O.J. Simpson?
Oh, he is so vain. He's seen everything that's been somewhat related.
Cuba didn't get it right.
To O.J. Simpson. I guarantee you, he's been through all O.J. related content. You know why? Because after they released him, or he got acquitted, or whatever it was, he was found not guilty, he went home and watched the video of the trial. And he's just like, OJ, you need to move, like go to Siberia or something. So that's, first of all, I am praying for you, OJ. OJ, if you're listening, because honestly, you might be the one celebrity that honestly might hear this first episode. Just join a soup kitchen. Go do something positive with your life. Stay away from the hoes. Stay away. I mean, you're still gonna get what you get. I mean, you're O.J. Simpson. I guarantee you, there's women that have already reached out to O.J. Simpson. But that's my point. Avoid the temptation. Help my man's out. And if you see O.J., pray for him too. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Any final thoughts, Jasmine?
Nah, I think I'm good.
You good this week?
Nobody.
Oh, that I'm praying for.
Not that you're praying for, just whatever.
Wait,
that's
what?
Jarrett's thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not his thing. It's not her thing.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Jasmine, any final words? Any
Nah.
final? Nah?
Just fuck bitches, get money.
Shout out Christopher Foerster, O-line coach for Miami Dolphins. I was hoping you were gonna make it to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Talk about this?
You got fired 30 minutes before. Or actually, let me walk that back.
How did we not talk about this?
Resigned. And if you, real quick for the listeners, if you don't know, Christopher Foerster took a video of himself
No, we almost need to devote a whole nother
snorting
podcast to this.
lines of coke. You can edit it and put it back in the middle.
I will. We will.
Snorting lines of coke, and I don't know how to describe it. He was like, he apparently sent this to a girl. We're just gonna call her an escort. Apparently, she claims she's an actress in Las Vegas. But he sent her a video telling her that he wanted to snort grains of cocaine out of her pussy. That is
you
a
gotta
quote.
be so
That's a
goddamn
direct
That is a direct
I'm
quote.
aware. That was really hurtful.
And she put it on Facebook in the comments claiming that he wasn't sending her checks. So I don't know. Maybe this was like a prepaid sexual arrangement where you got to send checks weekly or monthly. I don't know how this works. But shout out to her for
Chance doesn't know how this works.
I don't want to overtake his shout out. But yes, I just added Chris Foerster to the prayer list. Let's walk you through the series of bad decisions that got us to where we are now. He met this girl whose name I can't pronounce, won't even try to,
Right.
in Vegas.
Former Mizzou volleyball college player.
Right. She's either a stripper or an escort. Probably both.
She just says actress on Facebook.
Probably
That's what they
both.
all say.
Yeah.
He, first of all, started an arrangement with her outside of his married life. But that's how you want to live your life? Do your thing. Then he snorted cocaine off of her and proceeded to continue to do so. Bad situation. You don't have to fly to Vegas to do that.
Right.
He can do that right.
He's in Miami.
He's in Miami. You know what? He can do it off of whoever. Like, just on the street. Just say, like, hey, can I do a line off your chest? They will oblige. Secondly, she was having a baby at one point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did not see that.
It's in the video. He said, because I know I won't be able to sniff it off you for a while because I know you're keeping that baby.
Oh, I missed that part.
So they had a child. Somehow they decided that she was going to keep this child. And I guess that's where the check situation starts. Because apparently he actually thought that a woman who gets her money from using her body was going to keep his baby. No. So he just started giving her checks. And I'm assuming he realized, oh, I don't need to pay her because she's not pregnant. It's been however long. Anyways, he sends a video professing his love to her, saying, oh, blah, 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 blah. The check stopped flowing. As she does, I'm sure she threatened him like, hey, if I don't get this money, everyone's going to know. And as Chance said, posted it on social media.
I mean, first, you just don't take videos of yourself doing that.
Yes,
you don't take videos of yourself doing that and saying those things
You
to
also
someone.
don't do it at your place of work. You also don't say in the video, I am doing this at my place of work. Give yourself some deniability.
I've been trying to,
If you've made it to that point, have the common sense to say, you know what? I'm not at my place of work where I'm getting paid $2 million a year. I'm somewhere else on my free time, so I can't be fired for this.
So I saw the post go up on the NFL subreddit Sunday night. I think that was after the Texans lost. R.I.P. That was embarrassing. And I was thinking to myself that night, was he awake? Did he know that this just went on blast? If you're peacefully asleep, do you just know that? Because I can't imagine waking up. You know what I'm saying? I'm making coffee. I'm strolling through the headlines. I'm like, oh shit, there's a video of me on the internet snorting coke and talking about eating this girl's pussy. I guess I'm resigning today. I guess that's my morning.
Here's what I can
how do you...
He has a wife and kids, so
How do you not have a heart attack?
I'm sure they woke him up and was like, honey, what's this? But I only hope that for whatever reason he was working hard that night and slept at the facility. You know what I mean? He takes a shower in the lockers. He's humming, you know what I mean? The trainers are walking by like, this guy doesn't know. People are coming into the facility. He's like, hey, what's up, coach? Ready to go out one time today? And they're just like, Chris,
who are you?
You feeling pepped?
And he's like, yeah, I'm feeling pumped. You know what I mean? Feeling energetic. Gave me one of those head shakes. And people have to just slowly realize, this dude doesn't know.
He really is a cokehead.
So, and here's the thing. I guarantee you, there's at least 5 other coaches in the NFL who have snorted cocaine off of escorts in Vegas. But I also guarantee you that none of them took videos themselves confessing that in the practice facility and then posting it.
If I had to bet, I would.
Don't do this.
You know what? I'm not going to do that.
In all seriousness, though, pray for my man, because dude needs
Well, first off, you should be praying for him because his name is Chris. And how many good people in the world named Chris have you ever met?
I know a lot of good Chris's.
Jasmine just hung all the Chris's in the world.
I know a lot of good Chris's. I won't stand for the slander. I won't stand for the slander. I won't stand for the slander.
Keep sucking their dicks because I'm not for it.
But great shout out, man. I'm glad that made the show.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll return. Hopefully you are still listening. And we'll see y'all next time.